What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. Now, I made videos yesterday talking about Bitcoin and the state of the market, as well as the confusion that I have with where we stand right now. And it's probably because we have a transitioning market. We have a market that we're not used to, we haven't seen before, that maybe some people didn't believe in, and some people didn't even see coming, right? And as we continue to make predictions, a lot of those predictions will, be slightly true or will slightly happen because you never know exactly what the next step is in a speculative market. So when we looked at Bitcoin in the past, and we saw Bitcoin we were just having conversations about mining it and how to get it and what it's going to be worth, what it's going to be used for, and the fact that we can use it as a form of payment in the past, and that is no longer the case here. That was a complete transition in beliefs, in ownership of cryptocurrency, even in government impact and adoption in cryptocurrency. And that huge transition that we've had, it's all a speculative market as we move forward. So even though we have a cycle, even though we see things that are running and getting to new levels and all that stuff, it's when those things really happen, right? That really dictates what we make as investors, right? And right now we're on the edge of our seats waiting for altcoin season to happen. And altcoin season hasn't happened yet. And there's something that we can look at and we can say, is altcoin season going to happen? Because so many people are on the edge of their seats and they're waiting for this to happen, that maybe with everybody sitting on their hands, that we're not going to see that larger pickup of altcoins. But in reality, we understand the way the market trends, the way the market moves, and we should see that happen. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about, what really the market is waiting for, and how right now when we look at everything is set up for altcoin seasons to thrive, or altcoins to thrive in altcoin season. But we're not seeing that happen yet. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, those links are in the description. Also, if you want to check out my link for BTCC, this is a fantastic platform that I've been able to utilize for 9 months, and I've been able to gather a lot of gains from this because I've been leverage trading. Now, if you are not familiar with leverage trading, I suggest you get familiar with leverage trading because it can supercharge your account, right? If you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, then you could honestly, completely destroy your account by leveraging too much, leveraging too high. Now, you can leverage up to a 500x leverage on this platform. I don't ever recommend it unless you are truly experienced and you've made a decent profit and you're not risking all of your profit by leverage trading a 500x leverage at $1,000 and that's all you have in your account. You may win, but there's a large chance that you may end up losing very, very quickly. I mean, a 0.5% move would mean that you lose everything, versus you owning outright, and 100% of a decrease would mean that you lose everything that you put in there. So it's iffy, right? Take your time, learn it. They do have a demo trading platform, so you can learn to trade actively with the money that you would invest as well. Develop a strategy and then decide to put your money into it and make some money out of it. Now, you'll get a 10% deposit bonus when you use my link, as well as extra bonuses up to $10,055, and you can get 40% lower trading fees. So again, check out that link is in the description. Now, again, we've had this conversation, right? If you look at the market, it's not horrible right now. We're seeing it slightly up overall. $3.44 trillion market cap, which is great to say, especially thinking back to when we were at an $800 billion market cap and seeing Bitcoin down to 16,000, and where Bitcoin is now is insane at $108,000. Now, also Ethereum is seeing a little bit of an uptick where it's up 3, almost 4%, while a lot of other things in the market are not really up as much, if not down. So what it's showing me is that we're getting set to experience that next level, right, of the bull market. where we typically see Bitcoin and then we see Ethereum that are making moves that people are getting into with the ETFs and all that. That's why it's kind of a transitioning market or speculative market, because different things are happening like ETFs. But you have Bitcoin that ran a heck of a lot. Then it ran again. And the way that it's set, it's looking like we could see Bitcoin that's going to fall a little bit, right? And pull down to the 200 moving average. We could see the market crash for that reason, or we could see that money trickle down, which we typically see within altcoin season, right? People are getting maybe out of Bitcoin to start to kind of flow into other coins and experience what that growth is going to be like. For Ethereum, still at a great price, $2,700, $2,800, still at a fantastic price. So with that being said, while it's at that fantastic price, you have the opportunity to buy as much as you want in order to reap those benefits and see $5,000 per Ethereum, $7,000, $10,000 per Ethereum, and see the growth just like you saw with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin from 20,000 up to 100,000 is still only a 5x return, right? Still amazing, fantastic, and if you own one Bitcoin, it's a lot more money-wise rather than just than percentage-wise, but it still is only a 5x return up to that level, right? When you look at an XRP and what it already has done from a level of 50 cents up to $3 or 50 cents up to 250, you saw that same level of a return over that time span, right? Well, not over that time span because XRP did it in a shorter time span. Bitcoin did it more consistently over, a year or two at this point. So you're seeing that growth, you're seeing that movement, but now you're starting to see that transition, right? Again, if you go into Bitcoin, when I look at Bitcoin or let's look at XRP first. When I look at XRP, it's set up right now to show me that we're going to see different touch points that get hit in a positive manner, right? A bounce off of the 200 EMA, not to see an absolute collapse because we're not seeing a high point right now. If we were at a high point and it was far away from the 200 EMA, just like Bitcoin is, then it would be a different story. But the fact that it's at the 200 moving average and we're seeing this with a potential chance to bounce, it's showing me all of these different points that it will hit during this part of the bull market, which could be considered altcoin season, right? It's stair-stepping on its way up, doing it in a more consistent manner, and then we could see it absolutely retest a lot of these areas. When you go to Bitcoin, and I've explained this in my last video, when you go to Bitcoin, BTC, when you go to Bitcoin and you look at it, you're so far away from the 200 moving average that it's just had that explosion. And now what people believe is going to happen, and what I believe is going to happen, is that we're going to see this pullback. Now, are we going to see this pullback to where everything in tandem kind of falls together, or are we going to see now a shift in altcoins to now take that lead, to take away from the Bitcoin dominance? And that's where the confusion comes into play. That's where a lot of people are like, well, where is this actually going? Everything right now is set up for altcoins to succeed. It's just whether we're going to see that money trickle down into those altcoins. So for everybody that's just sitting on their hands, that has Bitcoin at a high price, that has a bunch of gains from Bitcoin, what are you waiting for, right? This is your time to actually do that and transition into something else rather than just wait for it to pull back to 90,000 and say, oh, well, I'm still up on $90,000. But now, while that pulled down, everything as an altcoin, XRP, BNB, LTC, AVAX, Ethereum, all of those start to run to ridiculous levels. And now you're late getting into there, right? So what are you waiting for, right? If you're holding Bitcoin, you made a lot of money, it doesn't hurt to find other opportunities as well. I think Bitcoin's still going to have major success, and we could potentially see it continue to thrive, continue to increase. It continues to I don't know, we look at it and we underestimate what Bitcoin can do. And especially in a short period of time, we underestimate how far that can run, how far it can pull back, as well as how far it can run. So it's all up in the air. But the way that I look at it, I'm like, it's all set right now. Let's just get it going. Guys, let me know what you think. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel for BTCC, for any other platform that I'm partnered with. I do appreciate you guys for supporting the channel and coming through here and just talking, right? Chatting it up in the comment section. I try to clear up as much as I can so that we don't have all of the clutter, but it does take time for me to put the comments or unhold the comments, right? Approve the comments that are truly people. But yeah, hit that like button and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.